Alright guys, today working on a 2017 Dodge Ram. I'm going to be installing these AirLift Loadlifter 5000 airbags in the rear. They do a lot of towing with this and they just wanted a little extra help, so let's get started. So the first thing you got to do is take some measurements of your height. Alright, this has been sitting a while. They don't use it in the winter because they have a tent business and they just put up tents in the summer, spring, fall. And so the tires are a little flat. I'm gonna get some air in those tires so I have a good baseline to measure off of. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull everything out of the box and get it set up, start putting the brackets and everything together, and then we'll get into the truck and start tearing off. What we need to take off, there's a little cutting and grinding involved. So stand by and I'll get a table set up. Alright, got a table set up now. So we'll set the instructions over there. And it goes just like that. Already has some sealing tape on there, thread sealing tape. You don't have to use all the force in the world to put these in. I apologize for the heater. It's cold out. I want to stay warm. And then you want these pointing out away from the bag. Then you got the upper air spring bracket here. It just takes these couple button head screws, and I gotta go get the right size Allen wrench. It is a 5.5 millimeter. Put your carriage bolts in here. And repeat it for the next airbag. The instructions tell you to put the carriage bolts in first, but I don't see why that's necessary, because they just slide in anyway. Say hi. Whoops, hit you in the nose. So the reason I'm looking at the instructions confused is because the picture, it says, they say to put the carriage bolts in there, but they never put them in the picture. So I'm not going to do that on this one yet. And we're going to skip ahead, and it says flip the air spring. She's going to the chair. So I'm going to take these carriage bolts out. We'll save those, put those in a little bit. They slip in there fine. So in the instructions, they have these facing away from each other. I don't want to get them screwed up, so I'm just going to mimic the pictures. plates on. And this bracket. Now there's one with the 2 slots side by side and one with the 1 slot on each side. Not sure if there's a difference. Yes, there is. The centering holes are offset. So this is the left driver's side. It says it right in the instructions. And again, these are just 20 foot-pounds. And then this one is the passenger side. And this one is more centered. Alright, airbags are assembled. These go on the frame. So that's about as far as I can go on this. Now we got to go back to like step 1. I just wanted to get those assembled quick. So pretty much step 1 was, well, step 1 they want you to remove the coil springs, and these do not replace the coil springs, and I do not think it's necessary to remove the coil springs. So we will at least get the vehicle up in the air and we'll check. So the next thing we got to do, pull off those jounce bumpers and cut that bracket off from the frame. You can see that weld right there. You kind of grind out those welds. And then the same thing on that side. So maybe that's why they wanted you to take out the coil springs, so you have some room to cut. Well, I got the jounce bumpers off. Those just pull off. And I was going to remove the wheel, but there is a locked lug nut and I couldn't find the key anywhere in the vehicle. So I got to come up with another plan. I was going to take the wheels off and just use a large blade on my Sawzall and cut them. But I can't get a 4.5 inch angle grinder in there. I'm out of wheels on my cutoff wheel. So I might have to run to the store and get some wheels for that, and then I'll just cut them off with a right angle grinder. So I got one side off. I ended up finding some long Sawzall blades in my toolbox, and I just cut it. Now I should be able to get my flap wheel in there to grind and clean that up. So I'm going to get this side all done. I still got to get that side off, but I need to charge some batteries. Focus. I need to charge some batteries, and that takes a few minutes because it took a while, and these little M12 batteries don't last too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that with a flat wheel, touch it up with some paint, and get the one airbag installed. Alright, let me get some light in here for you. Alright, I got this side ground down smooth, a couple coats of paint on there so it won't rust, and I'm ready to put the frame bracket on there. This is the passenger side. Batteries are charging so I can do the driver's side, but I'm going to get this side done. So it turns out I have to remove the wheel and the coil spring. Maybe not the coil spring, but the wheel for sure. The frame mount bracket has this plate right here that has 2 holes in it that bolt to this side of the frame rail, and I can't get to it without the wheel off and most likely the coil spring. So I messaged the owner. He has no idea where his key is for that lug nut, Harbor Freight sells a master set, and I've been wanting one anyway. So I'm gonna go grab one real quick, go get some lunch, and I'll be back shortly. Well, that was a total waste of time. Went to Harbor Freight, got their lug nut key set, and they don't have one that fits. It's a 7 slot. They have 3 or 4 different 7 slot ones in there, and none of them fit on there. So I'm gonna have to try figuring something else out. I got this side installed. I did have to pull the coil spring. So I disconnected the sway bar, let that focus there, and the shock so I could pull the axle down a little further. I gotta put the shock back in. I'll put the sway bar back on once I get the other side done. But one side's done, it's all tightened up. I got the axle supported with the transmission jack. And then I tightened everything down with the weight on the axle. Still gotta do the airlines, but I'll do that at the end. So at the spring out, I was able to get those 2 nuts in through the wheel well. You just drill a 1/4 inch hole, and then they're a self-tapping like 5/16 nut, or 5/16 bolt. So that went in pretty easy. The bracket wasn't all that difficult. I'll show you a little better on the other side how that bracket goes up there. The illustration and the instructions are pretty easy to follow to set up the Schrader valves. And then I'll snug those up and adjust them once I get everything ran. The kit comes with zip ties. All right, last step before testing, installing the heat shield on the exhaust by this airbag over here. So you wanna, it comes flat like this, and you just bend, so it's kind of a standoff. So then it's, and then you just put the hose clamps around the exhaust. Whoops. All right, see the Schrader valves installed. The heat shield. Sorry about the lighting. I had to bend this little corner up so when the suspension is traveling, it's not hitting the top of that bracket. So just check for clearances. Lines are ran. They're just a push-in fitting on the airbag. So lines are ran. You go up over the frame right there and then right through the plastic of the bumper. On this side too. Now it's time to put a little air in them and do a leak test. Put about 50 pounds in each one. I'll listen. I don't hear any leaks. I'm going to lower it down. It's definitely a lot higher in the rear. So this one before was 39.25. We're at 41.5 at 50 pounds. So I definitely need to let some air out. Probably just everyday driving. It'll be like 15 pounds or so. So. Okay, this time I let all the air out. And we're at 39.5. So we gained a 1/2 inch putting those in there. It might need to settle a little though. I'm just going to tighten these up, put the caps on. Alright guys, just finished the Dodge airbags. Were pretty easy to put in. I've watched the manufacturer videos of them putting them in and they've done hundreds of them, so I wanted to try it myself. It's my first time ever doing airbags like this. It took probably 3 or 4 hours. So if you're going to tackle this project, you just need some basic hand tools, some jack stands, a floor jack, a drill. It's not too difficult. Plan on a half a day or so if you're doing it on the ground. A lift does make it easier. And anybody can do this. It's not too hard. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon.